Rhode Island is a small state full of big talent. We sat down with 3 artists from the state and asked them to share the stories and points of views on what it'll take to create a buzz and go mainstream in the hip-hop industry.
My dad's a musician, so I grew up making music. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, banging on the drums, doing just stupid stuff. And it wasn't until I was like 13, 14, I started getting into hip-hop.
I've been making music for as long as I can remember, since I was a little girl, from anywhere from like writing jingles for cereal boxes, for cereal that I love to eat, to poems, and it escalated into rap music, hip-hop music.
I've been making music for about 7 years, on and off between like doing like guitar stuff and full band, and I've been recently doing hip-hop stuff for about 2 years.
It's pretty much like a part of my culture. Growing up, my surroundings, growing up in New York, especially the Bronx, where like hip-hop originated from, so it's kind of like in my blood.
Started really making music, met a couple people through that, and then I went through the whole hardcore band scene, but now I'm still making hip-hop, so probably since I was 13, steadily.
It's definitely gonna take a lot of hard work, considering we don't got the means like major record labels and major production companies out here. It kind of makes it hard for artists like us to really reach out.
As far as Rhode Island goes, I mean, we're a lot smaller. We've never really had like a big name on the map. There's never been somebody huge who's from Rhode Island.
There's not really enough out there for people to kind of expose themselves to like a large-scale group.
When people think East Coast, they think New York, Boston, like as the main cities up here. They don't ever really think Providence.
We learned that local DJs and radio stations should be more supportive of local talent.
I was driving through New York one day, and all the radio stations were just playing local stuff, and really like stuff I had never heard, but I could tell it was local just because they were rapping about New York and their struggle. And I mean, it's just, you can tell when somebody's a real musician, and chances are they're not that big yet, because if they were big, you'd hear about them blowing up.
I think they're not doing their job as radio personalities. When you work for a radio station, radio is music. And when you're a local radio station, you should definitely be involved in the music scene.
DJs who have hype about themselves, or say they're an old artist, or say they're a hip-hop artist and they're making music but they also DJ son, they need to get these no-names on it.
Put those edited versions of their music on the radio. It'll create more retention for us as listeners to be like, oh wait, I like this song.
There's just not enough people contacting them about it, but I feel like if everyone came and contacted them or even called in, like, I want to hear local stuff.
Hot 106, they'll advertise, Waka Flocka's coming to Lupo's, but they never advertise who else is coming to Lupo's, who are the local artists that are going to be playing the shows.
It really now takes even more effort to try to get yourself marketed and get out there and let people know what you're about.
So when you go and make a record, it's the artist along with the producer, the engineer, the person that's making the edits, to the executive producer. It takes a team to create one thing.
It's just, it needs to change around Providence.
There's not really so much of, like a community as much as other places are.
There's definitely star potential here, but again, it goes with drive, it goes with dedication. You just having star potential is only half the battle.
We have star potential. There's definitely people out here who could potentially make a big name for themselves, but I don't think anybody wants it as bad as they really want it. I think people are just falling off the horse, and I mean, you should be out there playing every show you can get, every single night of the week.
And I think it really takes kind of people to really look more into new stuff instead of what they hear every day, and that might change what people want to hear on the radio.